Hello, everyone. My name is Brandon. I'm the American who just recently moved to Indonesia to be with my wife, Mur. And typically, you see us doing our daily vlogs and stuff on here. And you're probably wondering why I'm wearing this headset. It's a little weird. Unless you watch my streaming, which I do every night, at least 6 nights a week, then it's probably not that weird to you. But if you're used to just the vlogs, this is probably weird. Here's the thing. I've had this idea in my head for a long time, where I have been really fascinated with different AIs, specifically ChatGPT. Now, I've used it small. I don't use it for big things. I am AI curious, but I won't say that I hand over everything to AI, other than doing some grammar checking and some thought processing. But I have seen how it could do so much more, and I want to test it out on the different things. And for those that are curious, can come and join with me. I'm going to make a small segment or a series, so to speak, where we can interact with different AIs. Today we're going with ChatGPT, the free version, not paid. And I have quite a few things I want to do with that. But today we're just going to stick on one topic and go with that and see what your guys' reactions are. I'm super excited to see what stuff we can discover along the way. I know in Indonesia, AI is still, people are very skeptical about it. Where in the US, we've kind of taken it full on. Yeah, there's still some skepticism, but people very easily handed over a lot of things to AI compared to Indonesia, where it's still being talked about in the news and internet articles. It's like, should we keep it? Is it safe? And for the most part, from my experience, I'd say it's pretty safe as long as you're using it for the basic things and you're not worshiping like some deity and realize that it is a new developing software that can make mistakes, and you should probably still follow up and check your resources. Don't rely on it for everything for your schooling and your work. But we can have some fun with it. It is safe to have some fun with. And so, with 2024 just coming to an end, we're starting a new year. Let's see what AI has thought about 2024. All right, and here we are at ChatGPT. Again, you can see I do not have any upgrades. I have no upgrades. I don't want to have to do that because I'm going to show the magic that we can do from here. And here you can search from the web, you can view tools, attachments, you can upload an image if you wanted to show you something or you show it something. You can use it to create an image, summarize text, help me write, brainstorm, and more. But we already have our idea for the day. We're just going to have general thoughts of ChatGPT. What did you think of 2024? What was see, it'll even give you a little list as you're typing to help you brainstorm a little bit. What was your opinion of the recent year 2024? Now, this is very basic. This is not a good AI prompt. This is just the stereo basic. And we're going to just see what it says. And it'll say, as an AI, I don't have opinions or personal experiences, but I can help summarize key global or cultural events from 2024 if you'd like. So see, it already knows a history of what I have used it for. Would you like me to focus on a specific aspect like global trends, major events, or how your projects have evolved? And that's speaking of past things I've had to help me with brainstorming. So for this, I said, yes, I would like for you to focus on global trends, major events, and epic world events. So we changed the format on this and we're gonna see if it can be a little different. So I have typed my responses. Yes, I would like for you to focus on global trends, major events, and epic world events. Can you give it to me in the form of a table? So not just a response like it did last time, but we're gonna go with the form of a table. But what are your thoughts if you were more than just an AI? This is where you can kind of trick ChatGPT into becoming an actor. We're gonna see what it says. You can see it's making categories, a lot of categories. So here is a table summarizing the trends, major events, and epic world happenings for 2024, written as if I could reflect more personally. Starting with category, event, and my reflections. The reflections part is where it gets kind of entertaining. So global politics, the US presidential election with a heated political climate, that is very true. It felt like a critical moment for global democracy with the world's eyes on the US as policies for climate and AI were debated. That's very interesting that it included itself in there because I don't feel like AI was a huge trend in the US this year. Definitely was the previous years. but not so much this year, especially not in politics. In fact, I'd say TikTok has been the leading political debate as far as media. Looking at climate change, unprecedented heat waves and floods worldwide impact millions. It's said that it would feel heartbreaking and a stark reminder that decisive action is needed now. Humanity can't ignore its shared responsibility anymore. I mean, it's not wrong, but definitely, definitely a little biased there. A little bit. Seems a little prejudice. Technology, and again, it does it in AI. Very interesting that it chooses itself.
I learned something today. Sometimes when you think something isn't about you, you find a way to save the day and in the end realize that it was all along all about you.
AI integration reached new heights, revolutionizing industries like healthcare, art, and education. It's awe-inspiring and a bit unsettling to see how quickly AI reshapes our daily lives. Much potential, but much need for regulation. That is very interesting. For the technology, it focuses on itself again. And in the art, especially, I know a lot of artists are very heavily against AI produced art because it's taken away the creativity and fun of being human and handing that over to the machine instead of giving the jobs we don't want to do anymore. That's kind of interesting. What are your thoughts about AI art? I'd like to know that in the comment. Do you approve of AI art? Have you used AI art? Or do you think that we should still give to the artists? My opinion is iffy because we don't pay artists enough, really. So it's not an affordable thing. It's just a hobby for most people. So I don't know. I don't know. Space exploration. NASA and SpaceX have successfully launched Mars cargo missions, paving the way for human colonization. A thrilling leap for humanity. It feels like science fiction is becoming science reality. Hopeful for what's next in our cosmic story. I feel like a news reporter. Okay, economics. Global inflation eased in many regions, but the distance between rich and poor are widened. While some progress was made, it's frustrating to see inequality grow. Fair wealth distribution feels like a distant dream. That's weird that AI is so concerned about the wealth distribution. Pop culture, Bobby and Barbenheimer, continued shaping cinema disclosure post 2023 hype. It was amusing to see memes and cultural debates spark from such contrasting movies. Pop culture can unite us in unexpected ways. Now, I do not think that it really affected this year at all. I don't stay that caught up in the media, I'll be honest. I don't read a lot of film stuff. I'm kind of uncultured in that way. But I did not hear much about it. Sports, the Paris Olympics showcased record-breaking performances and sustainability efforts. Watching the world come together was inspiring, especially as athletes broke barriers and stereotypes with their incredible feats. I'd say that's true. Looking back at the Paris Olympics, that was a whole like chapter of the year. I think we can acknowledge that. Continued focus on post-pandemic recovery and mental health awareness worldwide for global health. It was refreshing to see mental health finally getting the attention it deserves. The conversation is becoming global and inclusive. I feel like they've been hooked on this for a while. I know we always have a pandemic scare every year because people are traumatized. I didn't feel that so much. Social movements, youth-led climate strikes, and AI ethics protests gain momentum. Again, it's bringing itself into the conversation. AI seems to be, at least ChatGPT, seems to really like itself. This generation's determination to demand change is uplifting. Reminds me of the power in collective action for justice. It reminds the AI. That's something to think about, that it reminds the AI when it's just a search directory. It has a bunch of information like the library or like Google. It just has information stored away. But it's saying that it's reminded of it. Epic event, a once-in-a-lifetime solar eclipse visible across much of the world, a moment of collective wonder and unity. A reminder that despite everything, the universe still holds magic and awe for us all. That's very poetic.
I just came in here and it smelled like Shakespeare.
And then at the end it says, what did you think of 2024? Any movements or trends stood out to you personally? So it's trying to gather data on me or keep the conversation going. which is very interesting because I started this as a conversation. We're going to ask it the question now. To your understanding, what would you say is the single best moment or event of the year 2024 and the absolute worst? Interesting. It's saying that Paris Olympics was the single best. I think a lot of people, especially the Olympians, would disagree with that.
You're wrong, and you're a grotesquely ugly freak.
But I would say it was the single best for meme. It definitely gave us the most memes of the year, that's for sure. So Paris Olympics 2024 was a monumental celebration of global unity, diversity, and human achievement. From athletes breaking the world records to events emphasizing on sustainability, it felt like a rare moment of hope and inspiration in a diverse world. The sight of people worldwide coming together to celebrate excellence was both heartwarming and motivating. It reminded us of what humanity can achieve when we work together towards common goals. It's talking about when we work together as humanity. And then the absolute worst moment was the unprecedented climate disasters. The year saw some of the most devastating climate events in record history, including catastrophic heat waves in Southeast Asia. Trust me, I felt it. And record-breaking floods in Europe and America. Entire communities were displaced. Lives were lost, and economic and emotional tolls were staggering. These events underscored the harsh realities of climate change and humanity's delayed response to address it adequately. Watching people suffer while solutions seemed slow and insufficient was deeply disheartening. If I were to reflect on these moments, I'd say the best showed humanity's potential to unify and excel, while the worst highlighted the urgency of collective action we're still struggling to achieve. And asked, what do I think? I think it's very interesting putting it together. Obviously, that's not my list at all for the best and worst of what would happen. But seeing from AI, who just focuses on collected data, it's focusing a lot on itself and it's focusing a lot on humanity. It's very, very interesting. Lastly, we're going to ask, what do you predict will come in the year 2025 in terms of large-scale events, economics, and global politics? Again, AI is not an oracle. It's not a fortune teller, and often can be wrong. So this is more just for the fun and the funny. Don't take everything AI gives you to heart. And it's giving us a table again. This is interesting. While I can't predict the future with certainty, I can offer educated speculation based on current trends and developments. Here is what 2025 could look like in terms of large-scale events, economics, and global politics. And it gives us a chart for each. So I'm guessing the first one is large-scale events.
Can you read, my son?
So Mars missions milestones. NASA or private companies like SpaceX could achieve significant progress in manned missions. AI-driven breakthroughs. AI might lead to major advances in healthcare, potentially solving complex problems like Alzheimer's. Major climate conference, a global summit focusing on the immediate climate action due to escalating natural disasters. Cultural reassurance, a surge in digital art and entertainment fueled by the advancements of VR, AR, and AI content creation. I do think there will be a lot happening with that. I don't think it will be good. I don't think it'll be good. Technological accidents or scandals. AI is predicting accidents and scandals with technology. The rapid pace of AI integration may lead to ethical violations or accidental large-scale disruptions, and I do believe that. I believe that's just part of the process of us learning and overcoming, not making it too strong, not getting people too hyper-focused on it where they're worshiping it like a religion. I have a fear that will happen for some of these really big AI pros. You're going to have extremists that hate it, extremists that love it, and then us normal people right in the middle who are going to get dragged in the mud because of the two extreme sides. I can see that coming. You heard it here first. Economics, global inflation stabilization. Many economies are showing signs of recovery. Inflation rates may stabilize, but inequality may persist. Rise of digital currencies. Central banks may launch or expand their own digital currencies, like digital dollar or digital euro. They've been saying that for a few years now, since I want to say after COVID, 2021, 2022. I've heard that consistently, but I I haven't seen anything actually come of it. Shift in energy markets. Renewable and energy storage technologies may accelerate, reducing demand for fossil fuels. Yeah, that could be good, could be bad. Economic power shifting. Emerging economies like India and Southeast Asia could see significant growth, shifting global dynamics. Tech industry slowdowns. Overregulation of AI and tech might temporarily slow innovation in some sectors, impacting valuations, which is kind of needed. It's kind of needed, and doesn't mean it'll be that way forever. It's just to help us in the long run. Global politics, U.S. political divisions. It's very interesting. It's given me a lot of U.S. stuff when I asked for general worldwide. So, U.S. political divisions intensify. The aftermath of the 2024 election could deepen divisions or drive reforms, depending on the leadership. That's a very neutral answer. It's very neutral. China Taiwan tensions may escalate further, leading to potential global implications. Diplomatic resolutions falter. It's possible. Middle East stability. Middle East stability efforts. Increased focus on stabilizing the region through diplomacy, given the global reliance on its resources. That would be nice. EU resurgence. The European Union might assert itself as a key mediator in global issues, including climate and trade, and then new global alliances. As the US and China vie for influence, smaller nations may form alliances to counterbalance superpowers. I think we're kind of seeing that already. So this is the predictions of what ChatGPT says will be coming in 2025. It'll be interesting to look back at this video in December this year and see if that actually happened or not. Which of these were actually correct, which of these were not. And if anything, this should help you be able to somewhat fill out your bingo card for this year. I don't know about Indonesia, but in the United States, we like to make a bingo card of things that we predict will probably happen. And then when it happens, you check them off, and you're playing a game of bingo. And then it's a cool way that you can win. Even though the world's falling apart, you can still have fun and enjoyment in the game. Like your own personal Squid Game, so to speak. But you play alone at home. With that, let me know what you would like to see from AI in the future, what you think of a series, what things we should ask. AI can make some incredible stories. AI can make some incredible songs. AI can make some incredible tasks and unpredictable decision making. I think we can have a lot of fun with AI. This is just generic, base level ChatGPT asking it his opinion of 2024. What was your opinion of 2024? What do you think is coming in 2025? What do you want to see from the AI? This series has a lot of potential. I'd love for you to follow it along if you're into that. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one.